So, Rashi, welcome to the pod.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're the first guest on the pod, and I'm so excited that it's you because at least I know you a bit. Like, it's so hard.
I feel very special. Trust me. This is my first time doing something like this. And
I can't believe you said yes to this. This is kind of like weird for me right now. Like, you just said yes randomly, and you were like here, and it's like just awesome, and like. You look great today. I just want to bring that out. I'm pretty sure everybody will see that, but yeah, I mean, we go very, very way back, right? Like, where do we? I mean, same school, I would say, but like different classes. Yeah, both times, same school. Second time, we didn't really remember, but like, yeah, the first school, yeah, we've seen each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and yeah, how long were you there? For in school?
So I was in Millennium for 12 years.
Yeah.
Straight out of KG1 to grade 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shifted only for the last 2 years.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, which was probably the best decision I've ever made.
Oh, you've been there for like 10 years.
Yes.
In Millennium.
Yes.
Oh my God, you're like like you're a Millennium kid.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's really funny because I blocked out that entire those entire 12 years of my life completely from
Love
my
that.
brain.
And you just remember those 2 years that you wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
those were easily the best 2 years
Best
of
memories.
my school life growing up. So I cherish those. The rest are just gossip and blocked out of my mind somewhere.
Lost in translation. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the right way to say it.
And lost and not to be recovered. Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, like I feel like that's like one of the things that I'm doing this pod for is because I feel like a lot of people in the world don't realize that like we're very normal people. Have you faced that where it's like we'll like go somewhere out of here, right? And then people are like, "Oh, you're from Dubai," and
that's
it's like
very big thing.
What about me going to like the US? Like when I went, I think like this was like 2018, and I think this was second semester or something like that, or third. I can't remember. And I'm like, this is the first class of my subject, right? And I'm like entering the class. I'm trying to find a seat that's like not too far away from the board and like not too far away from the back. Like I'm just like in that sweet spot. And then I just like there's a girl who sits next to me, and then I'm like, okay, let me make a friend, right? So I'm like, hey, like what's up? And then I'm like, oh, and she was like, where are you from? And all of that. And I'm like, I'm from Dubai. She's like, oh my God, Dubai? And I was like, yeah. She's like, do you mind me asking you? And I was like, what? And then she goes like, have you guys ever like gone to like school or like something, or like on a camel? Like, and I was like, where am I? Like, what has my life brought me to? Like, I paid so much just to listen to this question right now.
Okay,
like,
that's not even, I'll tell you something.
Oh, yeah, tell me.
So when I went to Warwick, right, my first day of classes, so similar experience, this guy comes up to me and he was like, so where are you from and everything? And I'm not going to sit and explain to everyone that I come from like 5 different parts of India. So I told him I'm from Dubai. And he was like, oh my God, which part of India is that from? I am not kidding. I swear to God, he said that. Like, which part of India is that from? Can you point it on a map? And I was like, if I point this out right now, he's gonna be so sad. So I just pointed to some random ass state in India, and I was like, that's Dubai for you.
Yeah,
right
that's
there.
Dubai. Yeah. They have this whole thing, but they think Dubai is also a country. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
they think that Dubai is a country.
That there are like 6 other Emirates.
People in this, like right
true.
now, people living here also don't know the other Emirates.
That's very sad.
Like, that's actually very sad. Yeah. Like, so, Millennium and like growing up. And, like, but okay, can I just say something honestly? I feel like you were definitely quite well known in school, right?
That's not true.
Like, I knew you.
I was invisible.
I feel like I had guy friends who knew of you, like they knew you were there.
So this was my biggest problem, right? The people who knew me for all the wrong reasons.
Were they like made up wrong reasons?
Yeah, 100%. There were like hundreds of rumors, and there were so many like bad tales that people started spreading about me.
Yeah. It's like, when you feel like you think you're pretty and like it's not even a good thing, right?
It's
like,
not a good thing.
Yeah, what the hell? Like, I faced that.
Yeah, it's not Of course you did. Of course you did. Don't be so modest. Of course you did.
Not in school. I blocked it out for different reasons.
Because you glow up after. That's fair. Fair. Most people
slow, gradual, very slow glow up.
I still look like the
that's it. So. Less rumors though. Hopefully.
Yes, I think so. I think my life is less dramatic now.
Way less dramatic. Yeah. What was like the worst rumor in high school that you heard of yourself? And you were like, what? Why would you say this?
So, okay. I mean, I wouldn't really say it was a rumor.
Yeah.
I'd say it kind of started off truthfully and then
Oh.
turned into
Oh.
like a...
Mm-hmm.
So basically, there was this guy that I was seeing, right, in
Mhm.
school.
Mhm.
And he had like a couple of personal problems and stuff like that, which were kind of weighing heavy on our relationship.
Okay. Yeah.
It wasn't even a relationship. It was like
School.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Like,
know,
is it even? Yeah.
it's- yeah,
It's like,
so
is it? Is it not?
exactly.
It's like, yeah.
So it weighed a little bit. Started weighing a little heavy on our relationship,
Mhm.
and it was like around 10th grade board time. So I was starting to, I was a 14-year-old girl, right? So
Yeah.
I was feeling like really stressed out, and I was
Yeah.
like, I cannot obviously deal with all of these things.
Of course.
So I told him I need to take a back seat and like I cannot do
Yeah,
this anymore.
yeah.
Which I thought was the respectable thing
Yeah,
to do rather
yeah,
than to lead
makes
him on
sense.
and make him feel like I'm still in this while I wasn't.
Makes sense.
But he went and told people that I broke up with him because I didn't want to handle his family problems, and
Oh.
like it got blown out of proportion like anything. People were like, oh my god, we feel so bad. And obviously
Yeah.
me, like I've never been the kind of person who goes around properly expressing that I'm upset or I'm sad or whatever.
Yeah.
This was a personal thing and I wanted to keep it within myself.
Yeah.
But he went and told everyone, and people were looking at me and they were like, oh, she seems fine, so she must be the bitch. And I was like,
Yeah, because you're composed and like you're trying to be mature.
and I
like,
was
yeah.
like, I don't know what happened.
That's so
and
wrong,
we had this like the bus bay, right? The bus bay,
Yeah.
where, like everybody.
The bus, yeah.
So-
but like, give them some context as to what the bus is.
Okay, so the bus bay
Yeah.
was basically this like area where everybody from school. So obviously we went to it was
Yeah.
a non-co-ed school.
It was non-co-ed, yeah,
right? We had
yeah.
different buildings
Yeah,
for
yeah.
girls and guys and everything.
Yeah,
So
we couldn't look at each other.
exactly.
Yeah.
So the bus bay was the most exciting part of everybody's day because that's when you can't control that you now have guys and girls
Girl.
in the same place.
Yeah,
That's why it was called the bus bay.
Yeah, it was just
I
that
don't
one
know.
half an hour period. Yeah, where
Where
it was-
people would really try to make absolute
they would
use of
like
that.
be like, like, let's just go nuts.
Until
like,
the buses started moving,
Yeah.
people would be like walking around.
And like, I see people like running to buses and like, oh my god, like one last glimpse, like, where is my love?
Like
Like,
in school, that was
Oh my God.
really
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But yeah, so it was like it got so bad that at the bus bay, people would like, come and like hit shoulders with me
Are
and
you
stuff, and
serious?
then like
It was like-
whisper while I would walk by. Like
oh my
it was
god,
like a
she's a
full
girl,
like
yeah.
mean girl situation
oh my
going
god,
on.
I didn't even know this.
Yeah, it was
Oh
a
my
whole
god,
thing.
this is so bad.
I'm telling you, it was
This is
not
like
public
bullying in a
knowledge,
way, but like, yeah.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
And the worst part of it was, people I thought were my friends in
No,
school
yeah, then
started believing the rumor
Yeah,
and
yeah.
started like taking his side,
I
and
can
they were
imagine.
like,
Yeah.
and they stopped talking to me. And
Yeah.
I'm 14, right? I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
And I was
And also
like,
that was the time when I think Facebook was really there, right? Like,
Yes.
everybody was
Ask
texting.
FM.
Oh, Ask FM ruined everyone's lives.
I was done. I was done. I was like, this platform.
Ask FM is the worst, like the bane of our
No.
existence. Like it actually ruined friendships,
Oh, yeah,
relationships,
relationships, a bunch of
anything.
things.
Like people would just say anything. Dude, most of the times I honestly used to feel like now when I look back, I feel like most questions on Ask FM were like asked by people themselves.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
Because they just want to like stir their own lives up. Like they're like, oh, I'm also dating someone. Like
really
I'm also like I genuinely feel that. Like and now it's not there. Like it's
No, I think
I think
it actually closed off quite early.
yeah. Because then we
Yeah.
got like Instagram to replace it.
Yeah,
and,
could
like,
be,
we
could
got,
be,
like,
could
yeah.
be. Maybe it became obsolete. I was hoping
Yeah.
somebody shut it down because it was so bad.
It was so negative.
I was,
like,
yeah,
it was
I used
so
to get
bad.
bullied in the DMs like every day.
I would
Like,
imagine.
we know what you've done, and like, you did this, we
Yeah,
saw you.
you
and I was like,
it would be probably the actual reason for them to write all this would be like the stupidest things. Like maybe you didn't look at them at the bus bay, and they were like, "She is such a mean person.
so true.
Like I hate her. Like
That's
she,
so true.
I believe the guy. Like because she didn't look at me."
But you know what? There was also, so I actually, so I think Ask FM was before all of this happened in school.
Yeah.
It was like, I think a year and a half before I started seeing this guy, right? So I
Oh,
was kind
yeah.
of like in this on and off long ass relationship with this one guy.
Oh my god.
Totally different story. So we were together, I think
We have a
for
relationship,
year.
girl.
Oh man, don't even ask. Like, don't even ask. So I was with this guy, like I was just seeing him, and he turns out Ask FM actually, his very like close friend wrote an anonymous tip to me saying, I think you should find out what he was doing that evening. Okay?
No way.
I was
this
like,
is so cool.
Yeah, bro. And I was like,
what?
wait a minute.
This is like a plot right now.
I was like, wait a minute. Something seems off. And obviously, I knew this was like about, my relationship. So I messaged back and I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Could you be a little bit more specific? So he was like, that's all I can say, like super cryptic. And then I started freaking out and I was like, so this was my first relationship ever. So I was like, obviously, like,
but you used Ask FM for like the best thing, like to, like, you used for what it was made. Yes, you.
Yeah,
like,
bro, it was.
Mine was not this interesting. I really wish I knew you better back then. Like, it's so cool. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it did uncover a lot of relationships.
And did that help? Like, did that anonymous?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, it did.
I went and I confronted him, and it was like a whole thing. Can you imagine like a 13, 14-year-old girl? Oh man, looking back, like it was more than 10 years ago now, which is ridiculous.
This is so ridiculous. Crazy. I didn't know people like had an actual Ask a Daughter FM.
Listen, I had the weirdest life growing up.
I just had like
Millennium.
People like on Ask FM. For me personally, I just had random like my friends who I knew who they were. Okay? We all know who they were, okay? And it's just like, send me your like pictures of your notes. Like, send me this. Yeah, like, oh, are you coming for tuition tomorrow?
That's
like,
so
what
nice,
is this?
by the way.
But it's not eventful.
Yeah, but thanks.
It's not happening enough, okay?
But
it's not
I feel like I was never innocent because I was dragged into all of this so soon. I miss my innocence. That's why now when I talk to people, they perceive me as somebody older than a 24-year-old because they're like, the way you talk, like you're so old, like you're mature, like you're not,
but honestly, I was talking to somebody else about this, but I genuinely feel like what you just said, social media aged us so fast.
That could be true.
Right? Like in a way, because I feel like our parents, when they grew up and they didn't have it, versus us, like we got everything.
Of course, they learned very late.
They just learned what was around them.
That's
right? Like it's like right there. And now you're like, I know what like Trisha Paytas is doing in like LA right now. She's like a random TikToker. Like I don't even know why I know
TikTok,
her.
Bro. I'm so old.
No. How do you think do you think you're like being all of this experience in school kind of like helped you with the page, or like it didn't and you still did it anyways?
So I think like I mentioned, right, all of this kind of I think I grew up a lot faster than I probably would have without these experiences, which I don't regret at all. I think I'm in a pretty good space in my life where I'm grateful to have gone through things that made me feel a little bit stronger, come back a little bit better. So I would say that probably shaped me in a way where I felt like I can do this. Of course, when I started it, I was much younger than I am now. It's been a while. But
like how long has it been, by the way?
So I started the page in 2020 Feb.
Oh, before COVID? Like pre-COVID?
During COVID.
Oh, right when COVID hit.
Yeah, smack in the middle of COVID. It was one of those pages that grew as a result of boredom.
So
it came from there, and I started it, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do this till I get to go back to uni because I was at home, I was bored.
Oh, you were back in Dubai during COVID?
I was back in Dubai during COVID. So I had, where do I start? So
it's a lot.
During COVID, actually, I was doing a placement year in Singapore.
Right.
But because it was an exchange program, my host university from UK called all the exchange students back and they said, either come back to UK or go back home.
Makes sense.
So my parents were like, you're not going to UK, come back home. Which was smart.
Yeah. True. Yeah, we didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
So I was at home, and at the time I lived in a villa, so there was a backyard and there was space. So I was like, you know what, fine, let me just start something.
True.
So it was a product of COVID. But I've been doing it I have no regrets, honestly. It kills me every single day, but I love it. And I take a lot of pleasure in
this is
shooting content, posting.
I think this is such it's so nice to have that creative outlet, right? Like, I'm just barely 0.1% into doing this, but just speaking from experience, I just feel like this kind of really has that creative element to not doing your regular life, and then you just putting it out there and being able to
So,
what do you think?
I mean, you would be right if I was doing a finance job or something.
Oh, right.
But because I'm in marketing, I actually am quite creative in my daily job.
Makes sense.
So when I started the page, it was honestly very fun. I was doing it, just for the vibes, and I was and then it started growing. And then there was this pressure of posting good content that people want to see, otherwise they'll bully you.
Yeah. How do you like? I just had a question. How do you judge this? How do you know like what is something that people want to see? Is it like comments or like?
Yes.
Right.
So I think over time, it took me a lot of time actually to figure out what people like to see. So when I started, my niche is obviously Kathak, right? Because I'm trained in Kathak. But by the time I realized that, of course, Kathak is nice. Like every once in a while, people are like, "Wow, you know, like she can do it. It's so graceful. It's lovely." But what really gets more traction are like the useless Bollywood videos that I just make with my friends or my sister. These are the things that go viral, right? The things that start trending.
Viral, that's the thing.
Like at some point I had to realize that I need to mix the two, otherwise I can't do it.
Correct.
And that actually helped in promoting my page. So that
correct. Yeah, I think growth wise, I think that's you give the people what you want.
Exactly.
What they want.
You
right?
have to because I mean it has to be like the perfect balance between your niche, what your niche actually is versus what people want to see, so you give them that a little bit of that as well. And I feel grateful because growing up, though I did Kathak professionally, I never trained in Bollywood or anything else, so I sucked at it, by the way. Like I sucked at Bollywood. When if you watch my dances from like maybe 6-7 years ago, I have no expressions on my face. After being a Kathak dancer, no expressions on my face. I can't move, okay? I can't do hip-hop to save my life, which is still partly true. And it was a mess. It was so bad. But the page, I think, gave me an outlet to practice Bollywood more, to practice other styles.
But you know, I'm also a Kathak dancer, right? So like I've kind of done Kathak here for like 10 years, 11 years growing up, because my dad and mom were like, please, you are Indian. Okay, like, you are an Indian, like you have to do Indian things thoda.
Fair.
Like just do it. Like it's a fun thing. So I was like, okay, but like it was also like it's quite hard. Like Kathak is very hard.
It is hard.
It's very hard. It's like discipline and like it's a lot of like it's like you have to kind of narrate a story, right? Through your face
practice,
and
otherwise
like
you lose it.
Your expressions are important, your like placement of your hands, everything is so it's like
intricate,
strict, and it's like everything is intricately like you have to do that, right? Like but like I remember, when you said this, I remember like my Kathak teacher, she mentioned to me once, and she was like, if you know Kathak, you basically know all of the other dance forms, because like in a way it's way easier to train because like you have so much control over yourself and like. Right, like, as opposed to like starting from Bollywood, I would say, or like going there.
Fair, that's
right. Because like a classical dance form, or like even a classical singer, like I feel like maybe they have like a better basis.
Right? You're actually right. You're actually right. And that's very true. Because I, of course, now for my page, I do a lot of collabs and stuff. So I work with dancers who also do hip-hop, dancers who do Bollywood, dancers who do Kathak as well, but it's not common for somebody to be able to do all. So I really take pride in the fact that I'm able to do at least, I'm able to branch out of Kathak and at least do, because I've seen people who are like, their forte is maybe Bollywood or something else, and they try to do classical and it just, I mean, they're doing their best.
Let's just
like
say
that. Their best, which is not the worst thing in the world, but
it's harder.
You can tell the difference. You can tell the difference.
You can tell that it's more of a hustle for them, right? Like to like kind of pick up.
True.
It's just something.
That's very true. I never thought of it like that.
That's you can tell them next time. Just like rub it in your face, rub it in the face, like be like, but you don't know classical.
But it really does, and I have to say, this really does bother me when non-trained classical dancers go out there and put out classical choreos and do it in a way that they're like, oh, you know what, like, I'm so proud of myself, I did this. Yes, it's amazing. Kudos to you for trying something new and for doing it. But don't go out there and call this a Kathak choreography. Like, I'm sorry, it's really not. Like, to know Kathak, you have to...
I think credibility.
I still can't say I know Kathak, right? I'm still training, I'm still learning, and like it really shatters, like you said, the credibility of dancers who have spent that time, energy, money to train in such an important dance form. Like,
and without the camera. Right?
Yes, without the camera, like behind the scenes,
10
so
years
much work.
on like just like
so
just
much
knowing
work.
it.
I mean, there's been like blood, sweat, tears, injuries.
It's literally like in the West, like they're all about like ballet, right? Like ballet is the like for and like I don't feel like they know enough about how hard even all of this is. Like this is because they're all classical dances,
true,
but they're like so like rigorous.
That's true.
Right, where it's like your whole body is being used and you're like fully like immersed and now it just comes to like TikTok dances and right, like it's like do you feel like maybe there's like culture being lost in like being on
100%,
right?
by the way.
On like social
media has ruined everything. Like,
Yeah.
it has really taken off the grace of like
Yeah.
growing up. I think I don't know, the fact that TikTok dancers are trending now,
Yeah.
that's what people
Yeah.
do and call themselves dancers,
Yeah.
that bothers me.
Now
I
though,
feel bad.
Have you seen like now though it's like not even okay, like 6 months ago it's like okay, a song, right? A part of a song is there. Now it's part of 3 songs put together and that's a trend. Right? And the one is like a 20-year-old song, one is like and it's like all of them put together, that's a song to dance on now.
No,
and it's like, what is happening? Yeah.
And that's
like,
why I think I never picked TikTok up.
Oh, yeah, that's-
I was never a fan.
Yeah.
People would like do
Yeah.
TikTok dances,
Yeah.
call themselves dancers. By the way, I've seen actual dancers who dance well, but all they do is TikTok trends.
Oh my
and
God,
I feel so bad.
that's so
I'm like,
bad,
you're
yeah.
so talented. Like,
Yeah.
why would you put yourself through
I
this?
swear, yeah, that's really, yeah.
So I genuinely feel
Yeah.
like there's a huge miss, and
Yeah.
this is why also sometimes my Kathak videos don't pick up, because people don't know how to appreciate
Correct.
a dance form like this,
Yeah.
right? It's not that they can't, it's not that there's something
Yeah.
wrong with it,
Yeah.
it's just that they cannot appreciate
Yeah.
because they don't know how to in this day and age.
And also like it's not catchy enough, I think, right? Like the beats of
It's
the
not
song,
catchy enough.
right? Like it's not like
Yeah,
something you play in the car. Like it's
Absolutely.
the songs are so like like they're mellow and like they're like okay, we'll
Yeah, really, I
Yeah.
think you really need to be able to appreciate these kind of classical songs and nuances, right? Not everybody can appreciate the Hiramandi songs like
no,
we do.
yeah, yeah. I'm like
Not
doing that
everyone
like in
can.
the elevator.
I listen to the car and like bust
I'm
out
like,
some new moves. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my vibe.
Yeah, like I agree 100%. In this elevator, I was doing it right now. Yeah, I was listening to I think Sakal Ban. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I was like, oh my god, this is so Kathak. Like this is so beautiful.
It's
yeah.
And when I was growing up, I know my parents used to listen to classical music because
Yes!
that's what they used to have.
My parents too,
And I
yeah.
used to think that I was old.
Yeah,
for listening to these things.
like Jagjit Singh
Yes,
and like
and-
I used to literally be like, Dad, what are you doing? Like why are you doing
like
this?
that's what I think
Like-
we grew up to believe, right, in this environment. But now I appreciate these songs and I feel so good because
Yeah.
I'm like, I can catch beats that people probably miss.
Yes.
Like I can pick up on these beats and I can like
yeah.
bust out a new Kathak choreography within seconds.
100%,
Okay, but what
100%.
have you guys done?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, no, it's very
no,
true.
these are beautiful songs, by the way. Like I just
Yeah.
can't say it enough. Like if I could, I would choreograph the same song,
Yeah.
the same section,
Makes sense,
three,
yeah.
4 times. Like that's how
Yeah,
much.
I mean it's insane. But like so I mean I just wanted to like bring the conversation to like creating in Dubai. Okay? Do you think it's been like helpful that like Dubai is kind of like always like you're like now you're based in Dubai, right? Do you think that it's like fun to do it here, or is it like would you have liked to like be a creator elsewhere? Like have you ever thought about this or like
100%. So
Yeah.
I have wanted to be a creator in India. Now I'll tell you why. So India actually is a very developed market with content creators,
Oh, right,
especially
yeah.
in the dance,
oh yeah.
field.
Yes, yeah.
Or niche.
Especially with like Bollywood, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bollywood, hip hop,
Yeah, yeah.
even classical dancers. There are loads, but they don't project themselves as content creators.
Yeah.
They are just established Kathak dancers or
Correct.
classical dancers.
Correct, yeah.
And India has the means and the opportunities to allow content creation to grow.
Correct.
Which I think Dubai is still learning how to do.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and the content creation market over here is not as developed, especially in the dance field. So
Correct.
there are a lot of dancers, a lot of potential, and it's just that Dubai is not built in a way to recognize these talents.
Correct.
It's happening slowly. The opportunities are coming
Yeah.
because there are a lot of, I think, marketing agencies who are now
Yeah.
identifying
Yeah.
dancers as influencers or content
Correct.
creators,
Yeah.
micro influencers.
Yeah.
But India has built this like network, this establishment. So like
Yeah.
any brand, whether it's L'Oreal,
Yeah.
it's Pez, it's like any brand in India that
Yeah.
wants to do a PR event, micro influencers.
Yeah, and there's
content
so
creators.
many brands. Like
So many.
There's just so many.
Like Lakme, Maybelline, like
Yeah.
all the local Indian brands, they do.
Oh, and the celebrities have their
Exactly.
own, right? Like everybody
Exactly.
is like Hyphen and like so many of them.
Exactly,
right?
Hyphen. So
Hyphen
Kriti
is
Sanon
the-
did like a
yeah.
massive PR event
Huge.
and she called micro
Meera's, I
influencers.
think. Do you see Meera Rajput's also was
I
like
did.
huge.
So
yeah.
everybody is like doing these things, right? And there's like a lot of opportunity to grow and to be recognized as a
Yeah.
content creator in
Yeah.
India. I think in Dubai that opportunity is lost or
Yeah.
it's not developed
It's
yet.
maybe not there yet.
It's coming,
yeah.
probably. It's coming.
I like honestly like one of the like things that I kind of now like in my feed, like when I see like when I'm opening Instagram, I see so many like actually like quality wise of content, like I see a lot of Dubai creators though.
Yeah.
Like now it's like picking up to like
It is,
right?
for sure.
And it's like something where it's like I just see, and like now I'm just following people and they're from Dubai. Like it used to not happen before.
It's
I
definitely
like actually
growing.
not even kidding. Like it used to not happen before. Like where I used to be like, oh, he's from Dubai, but like the content is okay, right? And now
growing.
the quality is getting
And
better.
I think it's because people are kind of realizing that content creation can become a business. You can make money out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can make money out
It's
of it, and
a
you
very
can
legit career. Yeah,
genuinely you
very.
can like do it. And who wants to be in a corporate business forever?
No, yeah.
Who wants to work
Obviously.
like 9 to 5,
Yeah,
9 to 6
you're
long
listening
hours
to
for the
people,
rest of
yeah.
your life. If you can take matters into your own hands, I'm sure people would love to do that.
But it is like a business. Like I mean, now when I've actually just set up my podcast, like just the setup itself, it feels like I'm like literally doing like 10 things at the same time. It feels like so much. Like
you're right, by the way.
right?
It's literally a part-time job to do content creation on the side of your full-time job.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of like precision, and you can't. And so many times I haven't been able to post anything because I'm not happy with the content. Like I don't think it's worthy of being posted. Like even though I've spent the energy to create that content, I don't want to post it because it's not good enough. And it's not really about the pressure coming from the page, right? It's also specifically just myself not wanting to post content that's like
you
of
find
low quality
that you're not impressed with,
just and it's just become a norm now to create good quality content so that you're recognized and some marketing agency reaches out to you and they're like, hey, we want to work with you.
That's true.
So it's definitely, the culture's coming up, but it's still slow and hopefully it progresses before I'm too old to do this.
You have a shelf life with this, right? It's
for sure.
Like, do you ever think I'm just randomly asking, like, do you ever think like you would do this forever? Like, do you think that?
Yes, but not content creation. So I'm hoping content creation actually leads to something bigger and better for myself. So I want to
give us your vision board. Give it to me. Put it back
in the next 10 years, and this is a ballpark figure, I want to be able to open my own studio. I want to be able to train in Kathak.
Nice.
Because
like a dance studio.
Yes,
nice.
because I feel like that's going to become a lost art, and that really makes me
It really
sad.
will be. Yeah.
So I want to train people in Kathak, and I want to open like this holistic dance school that with like a small wing for underprivileged kids. Kids who can't afford to pay a Kathak fee because it's very expensive to learn. Dance in the modern day. So something like that, just something to give back to the people who have
and to
supported
the art.
me. Exactly, right?
Like this is like kind of like you're honoring
exactly.
what
and Kathak has given me everything that I am today, right? I enjoy dance so much because I was lucky to train in an art form that I resonated with so well.
True.
And I'd love to give that back if possible. So that is my vision.
Okay. That's the
we're working hard to make it happen.
Yeah, this is your path.
But yes, I have to be a corporate girlie to make that happen.
So we need that 9 to 5 door.
Exactly.
For that.
So for now that's where I am, but hopefully in the future I will get there.
Yeah, you will. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean it's like honestly every time I'm like now also as I'm like going through your content of like I love, by the way, I've always thought of like where you're shooting these things. It's like it's so green always in the background, and I'm like, is she actually in Dubai? Like, where is she? Like,
I'm trying my best.
You find the green patches in Dubai.
Yes, I find the random spots and I go there and I shoot.
I'm like, wait, but is she in Creek Park? Like, where is she? Like, what is this place?
No, I mean we just shifted, so I'm lucky that it's like an apartment community now. So within the apartment buildings, there's like a bunch of
like community.
It's very hot, but I somehow I do it with socks or with shoes or something, just not to burn my feet.
I would think, that's the hack. That's the hack.
To everyone listening.
But like, who's your like, if you wanna like, I don't know, like who's your like go-to person now that you collab with? Like, do you have a person?
Or
like, and like you like kind of like.
So there's actually a bunch of creators. By the way, Dubai is full of talent. Full of talent, like untapped potential.
It's because everyone in the world is here. Have you realized?
Also true.
Like who is not here? You tell me. Like actually, which culture is not here right now?
No, that's true. That's true. I do work with a lot of content creators. Brilliant dancers, like. Amazing. So there's like a bunch of people that I'm comfortable working with, but I do work very often with Disha. She's a good friend of mine. I mean, we went to school together, and then we went to the same university also.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so we both ended up back in Dubai also, and she started her page I think shortly after I did. So we've been, and it's always fun to work with her. She's a very...
I think it's familiar also for you at this point, right?
Yes, it's quite familiar. I mean, our styles, like, we know what kind of style works best for both of us. It's easy to work with her. Like, she's not a perfectionist anymore, like me. So we don't...
You're accommodating now.
So we don't like look at the video and like spot one tiny mistake or one hair out of place and we're like, oh, we have to shoot it. Like nobody has time for that. Right. We
and also I think the internet is also like that now, right? Like you have to be as normal as possible now, also, right? In a way.
I hope so.
As much as possible. Like I
think the kind of
I don't know.
Following base that we've developed probably expects us to be proper. Right. But you're right that the TikToks of the world are promoting authenticity and natural.
Is there still like a lot of hate on like?
Oh, there's a lot of hate.
On like even having even having followed all the trends.
Yeah,
or,
there's
like,
a lot of
even
hate.
after editing.
Actually, I think the hate is on the videos that go viral because then it reaches a larger creepy population.
More people
it's
like, more than your audience now, right? Like
so more people, inappropriate people are commenting all sorts of nonsense. It's really bad.
You just
really
block
bad.
out the noise and
it's really bad. There was actually even a video of like me and my friend, like one of our collab videos that this random page had posted and like was zooming in and out of like all of the inappropriate areas, right? And one of my friends from UK actually pointed that out, sent me the video and they're like, please block, like this is not good, this is...
Yeah, but I want to know what kind of content he's watching to get that. Like, how did he get that?
Totally put myself in that.
Maybe you should ask him
who's gonna watch this and be like,
you defaming me?
No, okay. However it got there.
It just got there, let's just do that.
Super grateful that it came my way. Turns out that page is actually posting that content for all sorts of like content creators and stuff. So it's out there. You just have to learn to like block it out or ignore it. I ignore it because why should I lose a follower, right? Like If I block someone, I lose a follower.
Yes,
so I will just restrict or ignore. Like I don't want to block anyone.
No, you and like it's like literally hate is also like great for publicity, right?
Yes, it's
like
good for
any publicity is good publicity. I don't know. Don't give me hate for this podcast, but like
but
nobody hate on this podcast.
No, but it's true, right? And like the more people engage with your videos, whether it's hate comments, whether it's any sort of comments, shares,
please
whether
comment.
they're like making fun of me behind my back,
great.
It's pushing my video to more people. So I'm like,
all the creepy people also.
I'm like, do it. It's fine. Comment, say all sorts of nonsense, do what you want, be on the other side of that screen and be like an idiot. It's fine.
I've actually wanted to ask you this since our last conversation. I was like, has anyone come up to you and been like, hey, I'm your fan?
You know what?
Tell me.
I love this topic.
I really want to know because it's so cute.
Okay, it's not that common.
It's not
that common.
Okay, I'm your fan.
Hi. It's so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you in real life.
No, it's not that common, but it has happened to me twice or thrice.
Nice.
Which is a lot for me.
Was it like when you were with your family or like was it like with
not
people?
family?
Or you were alone?
Yes, most of how unfortunate is that?
I know.
There are no witnesses, but I swear it's happened. So once it actually happened in UK on campus. So I was just waiting in line to get lunch or dinner or something, and then like somebody walked up to me and she was like, "You're Rashi, right?" And I don't even have a UK fan following, so I was like, "This is incredible."
Yeah, that's amazing.
It was really nice. Yeah, it feels amazing. It like
international love,
international love it is. And then I think I'd gone back to modern also for so of course people know me as an alumni there, but I did go back to school for a performance. I was invited for something.
Nice.
So
oh my god, I didn't know that.
A couple of like juniors, much junior, because I was like already working at this point. Right. But they had like come up to me and they were like,
come back.
Yeah, like we're big fans. Can we get a photo with you and stuff?
Serious?
And I was like, this is so cute.
What the heck? This is amazing.
It's really
this
cute.
Is so nice.
So it's happened a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, and this kind of like pushes you also, right? You're like,
100%.
I'm doing something, 100%. Right? Like I'm doing something great. Like
it's very appreciated.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so I really like it.
I think more than like the money and like more than like anything else, it's more
validation.
Like validation, right? Like that's what social media is. And it's really that's insane. Like the thing is like I feel like growing up in Dubai in a way has kind of like, even for me personally, like I've never been like, hey, I'm gonna, even though I know Kathak, I've never been like, hey, I'm gonna have a page, right? Like, because I was like, who's gonna watch it, right? Like you have this thing in your mind where you're like, kaun dekhega, like why?
It's true,
right? Like I just don't know why. I always had weird insecurity of that. And like now I'm starting the podcast. I've bought my mic like 2 years back. And like I'm literally doing this right now with you.
Kudos to you for starting it.
Yeah, like this is literally like, it's crazy how much dust there was on that mic. So yeah.
I would say it's always, so when I started it also, I was definitely like, I have like 100 followers, and these are all people I knew, by the way.
Oh yeah, right now also.
Yeah, right, like these are people I knew. So I was like, I'm just posting content for my friends. Like nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares about this. I'm just doing it. But I think eventually you start to learn a bit, like, you know, about the platform, about how things are working, and you just kind of do it. It pushes you to do.
Like how do you feel like when you do like a video that doesn't blow up? Like what do you do with that?
Oh my god, it's the saddest.
It's so sad, right?
It's very demotivating.
How do you keep going? Yeah, with that, because
it's very demotivating.
That's gonna happen with this pod. You have to be ready.
That is not going to happen with this.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen because I have Rashi on my pod.
This is not going to happen.
No, I'm not going to manifest it,
No, it's not. So, now I'm kind of, I block it out. So, if it doesn't work, it didn't work. Time to try something different.
True.
Not every video is going to go viral. Not everybody is going to work. And not everybody is going to appreciate the kind of work that you're doing. So, my Kathak videos almost never go viral. It's like,
it's just you're doing for yourself.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 of them have gone viral. I think one did reach 1 million or something views, but otherwise it's very rare that they like pick up and they go viral. But I still keep doing it because this is my niche and I don't want to drop it.
How are like Dubai brands with this all of this stuff? Like how are they like to deal with in these kind of things? Is it going great in that way? Like where it's like the brands are like kind of like, oh, like, you know.
So a lot of,
is it in your favor, or is it like more of like you doing what?
Yeah, so a lot of small businesses do reach out. A couple of like good brands have come back. Like I did a collab with Britannia.
Oh, like Middle East?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they did pay me for it, but most brands do not pay you. By the way, Britannia paid me also.
No.
Because they paid me and I was very grateful for it, but the kind of effort that actually goes into creating these videos is tenfold.
Yeah, of course.
And I know the kind of work that
of course and
these kind of influencers have in India, right?
Oh, so yes.
Even if you compare the kind of opportunities they get, the kind of payments they're getting or what they're making is huge.
I think budgets are bigger, right? There also.
That's
like
not
I think
true.
Budgets are bigger here.
It's
oh my god.
People here can pay.
Oh my god.
They just don't. Okay, they don't pay micro influencers. They will pay macro influencers. They don't
like
pay
the
micro
influencers.
Yes. They just assume that micro influencers. And by the way, like this is truthfully the honest fact because I work in marketing myself, so I know how it works. Micro influencers get the goods for you, right?
True. This is
through
for brands,
them, for brands, right? Through them, your brand is able to grow because their followers are much more engaged. You know,
they relate to the followers, right? They're more normal. Yeah.
Most of the followers in Dubai influencers in Dubai, for example, have like millions of followers. Their engagement is lower than mine.
True. Yeah, people are interacting with you
more.
I
can do more for you. But that's what I meant when I said Dubai is not holistic enough. They don't. It's not developed enough to realize the potential of the value of,
especially because you have the whole world here. Right? Like you can have literally any kind of micro influencer.
You can network with people like this.
Any kind of, I mean, if you have to support, like as a brand, if I have to reach like a particular group of people who are from a different particular place, right? Like I have that influence here.
Absolutely.
Right? Like in India, if I have to do something like where it's like, oh, I just need, like you can't. Like it's so much better to be able to do it through here.
100%.
And it'll reach people, like, and they don't realize that, I feel. Maybe they just,
but in terms of the contract or the way that things go in general, I would say it's 50-50. Like some brands have a very specific brief that they only want you to do this, which is great because it gives me a direction, right? That I don't have to like think about things
okay.
Like for example, I worked with Nykaa Cosmetics also.
Oh, nice.
And they also told me, they gave me like 2-3 examples of what other creators had done, and they said we'd love to see something like this. So that kind of helps me because I don't have to spend a lot of energy thinking about what to do.
And I think maybe this is because it's like a young brand.
It could be.
it's like they have that young.
They have that creative mindset.
Yeah,
Maybe they know exactly what they're looking for, which is great.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when even it's funny because I work in marketing and then I'm also doing the other side of it. So it's like, But I know that when I, do my influencer briefs at work, I want to try and make it as detailed as possible because I have a vision and I don't want people, spending time outside of it because I'm paying for this.
True.
Right? So I just wish more brands would like understand these things, but it's.
Yeah, it is.
It's a hope.
I think it's a process, right? I think maybe they'll get there.
I hope so.
Yeah, like I think now there are more people doing this, so hopefully I think it should get better. We're also doing this.
I mean, the hope is that the macro influencers in Dubai, wherever you are, you are teaching brands to do the right thing.
Correct.
And not just.
Have you seen Dubai Bling, by the way?
No, I haven't.
What?
I don't get.
I don't know if I can put this in the pod. No, she has. Okay, just say that. Let's do that one more time, and then you say that you have.
Okay, but everything you say after that is gonna be like me sitting here like.
Yeah, just nodding. Yeah, I love her.
I agree with you. Like, wow.
But like, you have to watch it. It's so much fun tea. Like,
I'm sure it's a lot of drama.
It's so much drama for like just so like no reason. There's like no reason for you to be so much like in like or unhappy with that much money.
I mean, I'm sure it's Dubai, so I'm not expecting anything less. I just never got around to it, but I'll watch it.
But the funny part is like all of this is there, right? And then this is not all of this is not what you've seen like in our lives growing up.
Of course.
Right? Like this is so different from like what it is.
100%.
Right? Like we like I don't know even one person who's traveled like in a chartered plane or like has like a Rolls Royce right now. Like I can't think of it. You probably can, but
no,
I can't.
No, I don't know these people.
Yeah, I don't know these people. Like you don't I don't even know of people who have this.
No,
right? And it's
I don't.
and like people just think that like we have them. And I'm like, hello, like I would love to say yes. Yeah, I would love to say yes.
That's 100% the misconception.
Why am I doing this pod? Why? Like, so I can say yes to that. That day I stop the pod when I get that.
Well, hopefully you get there super soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so I mean, this was like a very fun, random day on Sunday and a fun conversation. And I'm so sorry I took up your Sunday because I know you work hectic times.
Don't worry about it at all. I was happy to do it. I mean, it's something out of my regular routine.
Yeah,
so
I was
like
very surprised you said yes to this. I was like, this is definitely, there's no dancing in this. So like, I was like, wait, is this gonna work? Yeah.
Sometimes you need a break, honestly. I hate that if my weekends are sometimes so preoccupied that I don't even get time to spend with my family or doing things that I enjoy. So
true. I mean, this has been really fun, and I hope you come back to the pod.
I hope you guys have me again.
No, I want you to come back. Please just, if you're in the area.
I don't have many more interesting stories though, but
no way. We have to like get into like more of like gossip. We need names and numbers. We need names and numbers to go up to.
Yeah. Maybe when the camera's off.
Now when we go. I need to know every single person's address and number. Yeah. But it's been really fun.
It was great to be here, honestly. Thanks for having me.
And also, I just want to before we cut, but like I just want to like, so I have this thing where I'm thinking of like, so I have a board here, right? I just want you to write like one word that you think that is just like important to you, or like it's just something that you think of. It's quite pressurizing. I know. It's like one word. I know. Just think of maybe 4 words and then like dial it down and like make it one. But like just something that it's no pressure. Like it can be any word, but it's just something that's like kind of like in your mind and like kind of you live by in some ways. Like it makes you feel a good vibe, when you read it. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if it makes me feel good, but this is it's gonna be my life motto. I'll just
nice.
put it down
that's
for
great.
you.
That's great.
Alright, I hope I remember how to write. Imagine I spell it wrong. That would be very embarrassing.
This is a great one for the. No, this is correct. It's consistency. But thank you so much for writing this, and like thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
You're
having me.
our first guest, and I literally will have you like as long as you want to come on this. Like,
congrats to you for doing this.
Oh my god, thank you so much, and like
thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for this, and so we'll see you soon.